Let's go, Angel City. What a fun way to end the weekend. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm your girl, Nina, with Angel City Chicks. And of course, sitting across the city from me is my girl, Amanda the Panda Philemon.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Angel City? So good to be back here talking about another wonderful game with a great result. And yeah, I can't wait to do it. I wish we were doing this in person, but man, this weekend has definitely kind of hit us hard when it comes to the sleep department, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're both in our own homes, and immediately after we can dive into slumber, which is really exciting.
And shower because I am covered in sweat. But you can see
Yeah.
I am here in my little second room, and Amanda is in Phil Monster Studios.
Yes, I am. Which, if you saw our podcast last week, that was definitely where we were. And speaking of last week's pod, a lot of you, if you're listening to this, you couldn't find it on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen. It's only because it was only on YouTube.
YouTube, which is where we're live right now.
Yes, which all of them you can find on YouTube as well. Going forward, these should all still be on the regular podcast platforms. It was just the audio on that one. However we did it, whatever happened, it just didn't sound great. So if you want to hear exactly what we had to say and it to sound well, then please go to YouTube, and you don't have to watch us if you don't want to, although I think we're pretty entertaining to watch live. But
kitties, lots of kitty content.
Lots of kitty content. A little distracting. I've locked the door. There are no kittens that are going to grace you all with their presence today. So if you're upset about that, I apologize. We will just have to direct you to various Instagram accounts where you can see them.
Okay, can we talk about our two beverage choices? Mine is my giant jug of water. And yours is?
Mine is some interesting wine that Vince actually gave Philly for his birthday, which we'll do some shout outs to birthdays. But it was a interesting wine. I'm curious about it. It was very fizzy. Like when I poured it, it definitely bubbled over, which I like. But I'm still not really sure what it is. It's not very heavy in the. It's like 11.5%, so it's just like basically fizzy juice. Maybe I don't know. But yes, so he got that for Christian's birthday. And speaking of birthdays, yes, my husband's birthday was on the 13th. We're recording this on like 14 and a half, basically, because by the time it gets up and launched and stuff, it'll definitely be almost the 15th. But yes, shout out to my husband. It was his birthday.
Yesterday.
Also, who else had a birthday today on the 14th? Tell everybody.
Our partner in broadcast, Lauren Sesselman, celebrating her birthday today. And then tomorrow actually is JR's dad's 80th birthday.
Wow.
Just super exciting. And then we've got my mom's birthday on Friday. So lots of very exciting birthdays this week. I mean, I swear to God, a lot of the people I love are born in August. I got two good friends, Miranda and Melissa, with August birthdays. I've got Christian. I've got my friend Marissa. My grandparents are both August babies. I got another cousin who's born in August. I don't know what happened.
A lot of Leos out there, man. What's going on?
Born in August.
Leo season. Yeah. I feel like we've been celebrating a lot of birthdays recently, which, hey, that's exciting. All of our friends are another year older, and that's always fun to celebrate. And you know what I like to celebrate with?
Would it be cookies?
Yeah.
You know who makes some really good cookies?
Who makes the really good cookies?
Carrie from the front office at Angel City.
She does
the best cookies. The cookies she gave us were so good, so much better than the cookies made by Vanessa Gilles.
Yeah. Oh man, we're starting some fires today. Let me tell you, it's a good thing we put them out later in this pod. But yes, those cookies were amazing, and apparently there's a little war being waged in the baking department when it comes to that. And Vanessa Gilles, which shout out to her, we saw her at the LAFC game actually up in our section, and got to say hi to her.
Fangirled so hard. I was just like, hi.
I know. We're like, hi.
She's like, hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm like, I know.
I know. I know who you are. No, so good. We saw Sarah Gordon today. That was super cool.
Yeah.
Ilya Sanchez was up in our section today at the Angel City game. So it's always nice. We saw Latif Blessing back at the when we watched the Tigres
Yeah.
game. So it's always cool to see the guys coming out and supporting the women, no matter what team you play for. And that was exciting to see.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
much fun. But let's get into this pod. So we're going to start out with some news and notes per usual. Then we'll get into our lineups. We'll do a little game note and then, stats, standings.
We'll let you know where we're at and how things are shaping up. And yeah, definitely a lot going on because we've had actually 2 games this week that we can kind of chat about, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can see the bags under my eyes right now, goodness.
I mean, yeah, we had a game that was Wednesday night, and then Thursday happened, and I don't even remember that day. And then Friday, we celebrated Christian's birthday. We had a game on Saturday. We had a game today. It's just like it's all running together. So that's why we didn't really put out a pod. Yeah, we didn't put out a pod for the Tigres match, but we will definitely say some stuff about it. But yeah, we're not going to recap it. There's no reason to. All we know is clearly some of that momentum that happened from winning that game. Spoiler alert, was carried over into today, and I think that was really exciting and much needed for the women. So
yeah, 100%.
Let's get into some news and notes.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a really exciting thing coming up. If you watched our big YouTube episode where we interviewed some of the supporters, you heard about this plane pull. And what is happening is our supporters are raising money for the Special Olympics of Southern California. They have a goal of $2,500, which I believe the front office has agreed to match. And that's going to be on September 24th at the Long Beach Airport. So if you want to pull a ginormous, actual, legitimate plane,
who doesn't?
Let's sign you up and pledge your support. It's a great cause. I love that our supporters get involved in things like this.
I mean, yeah, who would not want to try and pull a plane or at least be a part of that so that you can come back and say, hey, I pulled a whole plane. I mean, that's huge.
I'm afraid that if I am on the team, though, it won't move. We won't pull it. But I guess they're letting kids do it, so I got to be better than a kid, right? Right?
In some ways, I suppose. You're very good at golf.
I'm stronger than a child.
It's true. That's true.
You hesitated. You hesitated so hard.
So sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I think you would do really well.
Am I stronger than a 5-year-old?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We're going.
Am I stronger than a 10-year-old?
There are some big 10-year-olds out there. Have you seen them these days? I don't know. I'd maybe most 10-year-olds. Yes, you are definitely stronger than. But either way, such a good. No, I'm just kidding. You would definitely outpull most people just in general. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're very strong.
Minded, willed.
Strong-willed, definitely. But no, this is a great organization. I love anytime anybody does anything for the Special Olympics. I volunteered myself and I enjoy being there and seeing these athletes. They're just some of the happiest people you'll ever come across and just so thankful that they're able to participate in something. So anytime we can give back to an organization like that, I think that's super huge. And to do something like this that you can't just, it's not like you went out and, ran a race, which is cool and all, but lots of people do that. How many people pull a plane at the end of the day?
Not many.
So anyways, that's really cool. Where's all that information at if people want to be a part of that? Do you know?
DM Poderosas, because I think they're the primary ones that are, managing this. So I would DM them and they'll put you in touch with the right people. Or as always, reach out to us and we're here to help you.
Yes, we will always help you. Even if we don't know the answer, we will do the research for you and find out. And then that kind of helps educate us as well. And then if other people have the same question down the road, then we'll already know the answer. So definitely reach out to us if you have questions and we will find out the answers for you.
Absolutely. And then, okay, our next news is super exciting to me. So we know that NWSL is growing. We know we're telling you, invest in women's sports. Yes. Angel City FC has a valuation of over $100 million. This is super exciting because most recently the Spirit were considered a high value team at $35 million. Gotham came in at $40 million and Angel City has more than doubled the next closest NWSL franchise.
I mean, they didn't just double. I mean, they blew it out of the water. I mean, they are in a league of their own when it comes to this kind of valuation. Like I just can't. Like it's insane. And I think I said it in one of the stoppage times where I talked about how now more than ever we need to be investing in women's sports because they're really like turning into an investment that is going to garner profits and something that people are going to want to invest in. And that's just showing that. I mean, oh my gosh, like I was just reading some of the stats and it said before it made its NWSL debut, the club raised money in April 2021 at a valuation north of 100 million, according to multiple people familiar with the details. And that number is more, like you said, more than double than anybody else. I can't. I just, that doesn't
Pretty
even
impressive.
seem conceivable. Like, and I know it only is going to go up from here as well, but oh my gosh. Like, just think about that number. And again, I mean, what was it? It said at the beginning here, this article also said as recently as 2 years ago, teams paid somewhere between 2 million and 5 million, roughly speaking, to enter the Women's Soccer League. And then this February, the Washington Spirit were valued, like you said, at 35. Like, whoa.
Pretty
Like,
crazy.
I wish I would have put $1 down 2 years ago on something and it turned into 100 million.
That'd be really nice. That's a great investment. You don't even have to be married to a financial advisor to know that one.
Right? Oh my God. Yeah, I understand that math well.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, let's talk about this next topic, which is also very cool.
Very exciting. I know every year this comes around and I am still waiting for myself to be invited and given this honor, but the Ballon d'Or,
yes,
the highest honor in football.
I know.
And we have 3 amazing nominees that we want to just quickly highlight. We know the name Alex Morgan, our neighbor to the south. Yes. She is once again up for the Ballon d'Or. Joining her this year, Trinity Rodman, which is an amazing honor to be nominated. And then the incredibly talented Caterina Macario. I am so excited for this roster. They join, I think, about 17 other women that are nominated for this. And it's just super exciting. I can't wait. I love this time of year when we get to honor the best of the best.
Yeah. I mean, and if you don't know, this trophy, it actually first was awarded on the women's side of things. So this has been around obviously for the men, but it was first awarded to the women's side in 2018. And the inaugural recipient was Ada Hegerberg. And I remember we've talked about her in early podcast before we were ever Angel City Chicks. And we also have Megan Rapinoe and then Spanish midfielder Alexia Putellas. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So we've got them. Now we've got these that are on the ballot and definitely some front runners. Morgan, she's actually the oldest player on the list at 33 years old, which is pretty cool. And she finished third.
Older
than me? She finished third in Ballon d'Or voting in 2019. And obviously, you know, Rodman, she was our 2021 NWSL Rookie of the Year with the Washington Spirit. And so she is the youngest nominee at just 20 years old. So that's super cool.
I'm just saying Alex Morgan's older than me.
13 years. 13 years between the youngest and the oldest for this award. I mean, it's crazy. Like, think about all the things that could have happened in 13 years between those two. And yeah, they're both on the same list for something that's pretty incredible. But yeah, so, I'm not sure when all of that goes down or when they vote. I didn't catch that, but those are definitely the nominees. And once we find out who wins, we will probably highlight on that podcast, whenever that may be.
I think it comes out Monday, October 17th. So we've got a little ways to go, but you know, it's going to be exciting.
A lot of things can happen between now and then. So, you know, we might see some of those ladies really stepping up.
What? Does that mean Alex Morgan's going to have to travel and won't be here for a little while because she's going to have to go attend these?
I don't know what the requirements are for that. If you win, like, are you going to be?
I mean, we know the ceremony is going to be in Paris, and if she's nominated, I would want to go. I mean,
definitely. What if the ceremony
they have a game that day?
Who do they play?
Really dramatic. I'm just saying, like,
maybe they've already worked this out. Maybe they already know everything and everybody's well aware of what's going on. I don't know.
You never
but whatever.
know.
It doesn't
it's
affect
still
us.
Exciting.
Doesn't affect us much.
No, won't
Anyways.
affect us, but still, just
All
an
right.
exciting thing. And speaking of exciting, there's
Yeah.
some stuff going down in Louisville, which I can
Yes.
say like a native.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. Oh.
The Women's Cup started today, and this features clubs from 5 different countries. You can catch the games on Paramount Plus, and it is being deemed the greatest women's soccer teams are coming to Louisville.
It's so cool. I mean, we've got teams. Obviously, we're going to have Racing Louisville and OL Reign are a part of this. And Racing Louisville actually are the reigning champions of this. So good on them. I mean, they're so new to this league to have such like a high honor in this. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Japan's Tokyo Verde Bellisa, Italy's AC Milan, England's Tottenham, and Mexico's Club America. All these teams are coming together for the Women's Cup. And like you said, it got started today, and I think it's going to be really exciting to watch and to follow, and we'll definitely have to see. Let's see, we said they started today. I mean, do you know what happened
Yeah,
between?
I know Club America played earlier
Mhm.
against Tottenham.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that match ended up. It looks like 2-0 Club. Oh, 2-1 Club America over Tottenham today.
Okay.
So
Do we know, let's see, do we know
exciting
when?
matchup.
I
It's just love good footy.
Well, yeah, it's great when you see like the best of the best going up there and playing. I mean, it's great, and I like to see. I think it'd be fun to watch Japanese football. I mean, we don't really talk about that very much, but to see those ladies and watch them
Mhm.
play, I think that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see that because that's not something I've paid much attention to before. But yeah, I mean, these are all such high quality teams, and we're going to be able to watch the games and it's really exciting because it's gonna be free. Everybody should be able to watch it on Paramount Plus because you guys should already have that at this point, or at least know someone who does and use their login like we do.
So today's game, unfortunately, was not on Paramount Plus. It was on CBS Sports. But you know what? Let's dive into this before it's 9:30 at night now, and you know how we tend to rapidly degenerate.
Degenerates. I don't know. We rapidly just power down.
So let's dive into this game. We're going to start with the lineup. Chicago Red Stars starting in goal, number 1, Alyssa Nair. Starting in defense, number 23, Tatum Milazzo. Defense, number 20, Zoe Morse. Defense, number 3, Aaron Wright. Defense, number 22, Bianca St. George's. Midfield, number 24, Danny Colprico. Midfielder, number 10, Vanessa DiBernardino. Forward number 11, Sarah Lubert. Forward number 18, Sam Fisher. Forward number 7, Yuki Nagasato. Forward number 25, Ava Cook. Led
All
into the
right.
game by head coach Chris
Coast.
Petrulli. I couldn't even say head coach and Chris in the same words.
Late night. Chicks after dark. All right, so let's get into Angel City's lineup. We're going to have, of course, Didi holding it down in goal, number 13, Didi Herachich. On our back line, we have got Tyler Lucy. We've got Megan Reed, Paige Nielsen, and Captain Allie Riley.
Whoop, whoop.
In the midfield, as it's listed, which I don't know. I guess, was she kind of
I
playing
feel like
midfield?
June always ends up playing more midfield than anything. So I do feel like this is accurate, even though on the Instagram they list her as a forward.
All right, so she's listed as a forward on Instagram, but here, June Endo, midfield with Carrie Riccaro, Danny Weatherholt, and Savannah McCaskill. And then up forward, we've got, I'm going to say up front in the forward position, we've got Claire Emsley and Simone Charlie. So, yeah, I mean, a fun lineup. I like it. We'll say, I mean, on our injured list, who do we still have obviously the normal ones of Sarah Gordon and M.A. Vignola. LaRue is still on that list, listed. Did it listed as illness on there?
Well, let me double check, but I know she was sick, so it's just like every time I look, things don't like to work for me.
I know. I just didn't have the injury report on here, but yes, she was not there. I do believe she was in house at the game, so I believe she did get to watch the girls, which was fun. But yes, we were definitely missing LaRue. I'm sure there's lots of
Yeah, she's out with illness, and Kristen Press obviously still out, and
Mhm.
Sarah Gordon. But that list is getting smaller, and that makes me happy.
It's true. We still
It
have
used to be
Inessa
like
Gilles
two
on there.
columns, and now it's just one column.
We still have Inessa Gilles on there, which we would really like to see back there, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot going on. However, still a good game. So even though we didn't have LaRue, we had some fun things happening up top. And yeah, let's get into the game. Let's just do
Yeah,
it. Let's
I mean,
go.
17,002 people showed up to
Two.
this
No,
game, and I'd like to think you and I were those two.
that's what I think too. I think you and I. It was 17,000, and then me and
And it was
you.
us. Yeah.
Yes, but still,
So
great turnout. A Sunday afternoon, a late game too. I mean, for people that have to work the next day, so you never know how these are going to go. If people are going to show up, and people did. People showed up, even though it was hot. I mean, it was
yeah,
what? I mean, 80 some degrees, and with the humidity being kind of elevated, these evenings are still a lot warmer than a lot of people are used to. Once the sun goes down in LA, I'm so used to needing a jacket, and you definitely don't need that right now.
I
So,
am still sticky and gross. I am
yeah.
still covered in sweat, and honestly, I'm just kind of really looking forward to my shower soon.
Yes, I know. I need to wash my hair. It feels kind of
Got
gross. I mean, from the
my
last few
pony
weekends. Yes, it's.
because
I
I was
mean,
not about to wash my hair to go outside and sweat again.
no, 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 not at all. I mean, I was like, I'm gonna sweat through one more day of this, but it was warm, and half the stadium was definitely under the hot sun for
Oh
most of
yeah.
this game, because of the time of day it was. So good on those 17,000 that showed up for this match, and you could definitely hear them. So let's get into how it went down, and I will let you go.
All right. You know how we like to do it. Angel City kicked off this Sunday afternoon. Emsley drew an early foul at half, followed by two attacks, but those were stopped by the Red Stars defense. In the 6th minute, the Red Stars took a nice shot with Megan Reed stepping in front and forcing that shot wide past the post and past a diving Dee. I think this game, I'll say it a couple times throughout this, I think this game was kind of won by the defense.
Oh
In
yeah.
the 6th minute, in the 9th minute, McCaskill has a nice cross. She's looking for June, but Nair is able to collect it. Moves us kind of along and ahead into the 11th minute when Riley has a nice cross looking for Charlie. The defense pushes it out for an Angel City corner kick. And Amanda, I think you wanted to yell at Junendo for a minute here.
Oh, man, come on, June. I know she's got it in her. She shot this ball many times. We've seen it early on and just some hesitancy. I mean, I think we've seen when you give our girls space and they take those shots, good things can happen, but you take 1, 2, 3 touches, then they're just going to swarm you. Like bees do. And that's exactly what happened is, they get on you and then there's no room for you to shoot. And I just think June has a great shot. And I wish she would just kind of take that touch and just shoot it and just see what happens. But, unfortunately, play with it a little too long and nothing came of it. So that's kind of how that ended. The 20th minute, we're going to see Emsley with a cross looking for Charlie, unfortunately cleared by the defense. And then we've got Riley with a cross looking for Charlie, headed, but it was saved by a diving Nair. But we're knocking at the door. You can feel it. Like there's a lot going on offensively. And I think we're really controlling the game at this point from an offensive standpoint. I feel like we're doing a lot with the ball. We're moving it around and we're trying to get it in there. And, we're going to see Endo with a nutmeg and we're going to get an ACFC corner kick.
That takes us through a good chunk of the half. At this point, we're in the 25th minute, and the Red Stars have a shot saved by Dee, and seconds later, a far cross sneaks by a diving Dee, and fortunately, the run is just off, and that ball goes wide of goal. It's been a great opportunity, that little play from the Red Stars, but we got lucky there with Dee being able to push that angle wide. In the 29th minute, McCaskill was called offside as she came back to retrieve the pass. The 30th minute, Lucy was down after a tackle from the Red Stars, and the trainer was on the pitch, but it seemed like Lucy was okay.
That's good. I mean,
I always get the little nervy nerves when I see one of our girls down.
Especially Lucy. Lucy, I love the way she plays, but sometimes it can kind of venture on a little reckless. And I think her still learning kind of that defensive position and what she can do and get away with. So as long as she doesn't get hurt, I'm a big fan of what she does because I like her taking these chances. I like her putting her body out there, but she's not a big girl. So, but hey,
little.
she she got that upper body, no sleeves FC happening up there. So I'm thinking she can like shoulder check a little bit more than we give her credit for.
Okay, we had a lot of players playing for No Sleeves FC today. I think Danny Weatherholt, Carrie Riccaro. Who else had rolled their Mary Taylor when she came in? She had her sleeves all rolled. We had a gun show today at the bank.
That's what happens when it's like 80 degrees out and you're playing. Nobody wants to have sleeves on. That's my like little thermal regulators on my shoulders. Like if they're uncovered and cool, then I'm cool. But if they're hot, then I'm like, ugh, forget it.
Sunburned so badly. So much sunburn.
Oh, all right. Well, in the 35th minute, Emsley, she's going to have a diving header, but unfortunately it is saved again. And what a goal. It's time. We've been knocking at the door. Like, I know we won it. You could feel it in the stadium. I mean, it was electric, and we had a lot of people in the house. In the 36th minute, Emsley receives the ball and pushes it to her right foot and takes a shot, but it's easily saved. And you could see McCaskill over there on the other side. She's like, I'm open. And she was. But I think it's a lot easier for us to see that than them because there's so much going on the pitch. So unfortunately, McCaskill does have a try seconds later, but her power shot from the outside the box goes just wide of the goal, and we are still 0-0.
Speaking of McCaskill, again, that same name in the 40th minute, she crosses it into Emsley, but it's pushed out by the defense. And I'm just saying, McCaskill Mafia looking strong today. Lots of McCaskill action. In the 41st minute, that corner kick taken by McCaskill.
Again.
As Charlie's going up for it. She takes a little bit of a knock. The play is called dead, but Charlie does seem okay, fortunately. In the 43rd minute, Charlie has a shot as we move towards the end of the half, but that shot goes just wide. Lucy's last cross of the half looks more like a shot. It's got such a beautiful little curve to it. She's outside of the box at a great angle, and it just kind of sails nicely. It's meant to be a cross, but I think she had a little more wind, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, I think it went a little closer than anyone was expecting at that point because, like you said, it looked like she was going for a cross, and then all of a sudden you see it curve right to the outside of that post, and you're thinking, oh, we are so close. And what I like at this point is like the sun. It's almost off the pitch because half this pitch was covered for the first part of this game, and you know that that's got to be hard for these players.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to get a minute of stoppage when we go into the half, and nothing's going to happen. So we're going to go tied 0-0. And it really does seem like we are the aggressors. We've got more shots and more corner kicks than our Midwest opponents do. And like I did last time for you, because, you
love me.
Because I love you so much, I know. I love to take a screenshot of the halftime stats because obviously at the end of it, we don't know. But at the half, we had 10 shots to their 5. 2 of ours were on target, only 1 of theirs. We had 52% possession to their 48. Passes were almost dead even. Accuracy was pretty spot on, 76 to 73. Even with fouls, 3-3. We had 2 offsides, so their 1. We had 5 corners to their 1. So, we are making things happen on our end of the field, which is exciting. And that's kind of where we were at the half. I think they felt good going into the half, and they must have liked the way things looked because they didn't make any changes at the half.
Yeah, I mean, it felt good to me, and I was ready to go. Like you said, no subs at the half. In the 48th minute, Emsley crosses it in, but Charlie was just a little too far ahead of it. That ball comes back out to Emsley, and she gets another go at the cross. This time she finds McCaskill on the back post, and it's a GOAL goal. Amazing goal. McCaskill making it 1-0.
Yes, she did. And we've heard that name several times. So it was bound to happen, and she was going to get that goal. She has been, I think she is our leading scorer on this team so far, and she just keeps solidifying herself in that spot. And I love to see it. She's such a good player out there, and I'm so happy for her. And I'm happy for Angel City. We are up. And they got to score on the end of the supporters section. So I know they always enjoy that. That's so much fun. Too. Absolutely. Yeah, they should be too. Give them an extra one. Like, thanks.
Yeah,
So anyways, we're up 1-0. This is in the 48th minute. Not a whole lot happens, but in the 55th minute, Tyler Lucy is going to earn a yellow card.
Like I said, where's my sound effect for that one? Thank you.
But yeah, like I said, she can be a little reckless. So, I mean, I'd love to know what her yellow card accumulation might be at this point because she gets in there. But again, that's kind of what I love about her. I just want her to be careful and not get hurt and not do anything crazy that, affects the game in any way. But keep being aggressive, keep doing you. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, the second half, it's being won by each team's defense. Each side have stopped the attacks and pushing the ball out of play or dispossessing players and cutting out the angles. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, and you know how we feel about these second halves with Angel City. I mean, they can be a little nerve-wracking. I mean, we really feel like we needed to be up like 2, 3, 4 goals at this point because the last few games we've played, it's kind of stung. It's kind of bit us. And we're just praying our defense can keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, and then in a shift of energy in the 62nd minute, Simone Charlie comes out for Mary Taylor. And you know what? I almost feel like I would have rather started Mary and brought Simone off the bench. I feel like Simone's energy, it's great when we start the game, but everyone's on fresh legs then. So I almost would have seen the opposite.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I love when Simone and Charlie comes out there and it's just like a little energizer bunny because like you said, when it's hot and people are kind of tired, and especially if the other team hasn't made any subs yet, you know what their legs are doing. You put somebody out there, I mean, she's going to outrun them 10 out of 10 times. And so I think that would have, but I mean, we can't really complain at this point because of the result, but
I'm still
do
happy
like
with
that
it. They're both solid.
Right.
So
No,
I like it. In the 64th minute, Megan Reed has a great play to head out across for a corner kick, stopping the Chicago attack. Tyler Lucy also booting one out. Paige Nielsen stops across. Our defense really must have heard my player rankings last week because they're making a solid attempt for a 10 out of a 10 score.
You and your player. I hope if anybody listening to this, please let us know if you would like to bring player rankings to the podcast by Nina. We can do it quickly. We can definitely, it doesn't even need to be a discussion because there's no feedback, but there's no feedback from other people. So you can literally just be like, you 5, you 4, you 3. And then the feedback will come via Instagram,
the angry DMs.
The angry DMs, which I'll let you take care of that. But you're right.
For 10 out of 10, like they're at least at an 8 right now in my book. Everyone is doing their part. Dee comes up with a big save, and it's just amazing. I was loving watching our defense the second half. In the 67th minute, there's a foul on Emsley at the top of the box, and McCaskill sets up to take the free kick. That ball goes just past the line, crash in the box. In the 68th minute, we got some substitutions. I don't even know where that sound came from.
Wow. I don't have anything for that.
Number 22, Bianca St. George subs out for number 31, Amanda Koloski, and number 25, Ava Cook out for number 8, Ellis Stevens.
In the 70. I got you. Sorry, I know you saw me taking a drink. And
I saw you drinking your wine. I was just trying to.
I was so ready. I was gearing up.
Swirl it.
In the 71st minute, we're going to see Claire Emsley come out for 29, Clarice Lebion. And in the 72nd minute, what an attack by the Red Stars. But our player of the match is Paige Nielsen, and she is definitely there to stop that goal on that back line. And thankfully that becomes offside, so it wouldn't have mattered. But we saw her several times come up clutch when she needed to. And when I notice a player and I keep like seeing their number and checking like, who was that? And the same name comes up for me, that's kind of when I know like, okay, they're having a great game. I don't know a lot tactically, but when I know I'm paying attention to somebody, it kind of lets me know that something's going on. And clearly, everyone agreed. You agreed that would be the thing. But Nielsen
absolutely
coming up clutch. In the 76th minute, another Red Stars attack is called offside. So again, our defense doing their thing. Yes. I love that. But let's talk about the wave.
Go ahead, tell me.
Or two waves. Guys,
tell me. She's so mad.
You know my feelings on the wave, okay?
She's so mad.
Whatever. Do the wave. That's fine, but do it right. If you guys didn't notice, people were starting the wave, and all of a sudden it was just like it was going off in 2 different sections, and then it was like converging onto the middle, and then it died in the middle because what are we doing? If we're gonna do the wave, at least do it right. And we were just not. No one was doing. I wouldn't say we because I wasn't doing it, but I think at this point, like we said, the wave was always designed as like a time filler, like a space filler. Just when things aren't really happening. And I think that's what was happening at this point in the game. Not a lot was going on. We were defensively shutting them down, which was great, and offensively they weren't doing much. So people started to kind of get bored and antsy and wanted to do something. So they're doing a wave, and then they were doing a wrong wave, and we're doing 2 waves, and I don't even know
Yeah,
what's
I didn't even
happening.
know you could do the wave wrong, but
They
apparently
were
you
doing the
can.
wave wrong. It was
You
so,
can
I
do the
mean,
wave wrong.
it was very entertaining to watch from where we were because you could see it happening. You saw the
I
wave,
just watched
like
you
it
getting
just
angry.
it just started here, and then left and right from it went, and then around, and then it
I
met in
just
the
watched
middle,
you.
and then it died. It was hilarious.
He's still angry.
No, actually, I think it's funny because I saw it was not going to be able to continue. I saw its impending doom as it started, and it was fantastic for me. So, cheers to that.
Perfect. All right, back to the game. In the 81st minute, I just have a word of warning for every player out there. Do not go toe to toe with Tyler Lucy. You will get hurt. Lucy goes to kick a ball, and unfortunately, number 3, Aaron Wright, also tries to go for it. And ouch, like you heard that. It takes a minute, but the trainer comes on and she actually limps off the field. And number 14, Jill Aguilera, subs in for her. But here's the thing. I think the NWSL cut the budget for
I
stretchers
cannot. I'm dead right now.
because she actually got a piggyback ride back to the bench from the trainer.
Dude, this chick was on the back of her trainer, like piggybacking it. Like, what the heck is going on? Like,
I can't.
You took a picture of it.
This is a professional sporting event.
This is a professional women's soccer league, and she like
piggyback ride.
She's literally like a monkey on a back. Just all right, let's go. And then he dropped her off at the bench, and she sat down.
Yeah.
What is going on? Could you imagine if that happened with the men?
Oh
my God. Could you see like Chicho Arango like on the back of like one of our trainers like doop, 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 doop. I'm sorry.
No, it's just
hilarious.
weird.
What is going on?
This is professional.
Somebody explain to me, is this a professional maneuver? Does this happen everywhere? Like,
You're the medical expert. You tell me, is this a professional way to transport a patient?
No, it's not. Oh my God. Even in the military, we learned to like firemen's carry someone if they couldn't get off of the field, like in the battlefield, but never a piggyback. But either way, I don't know. It was really funny to see. I was like, "Is this happening?" And you like took a like video and everything.
It was insane. All right. In the 85th minute, we had a shot blocked by Nielsen, a shot blocked by Lucy, a big save by Didi, and she's down, but Reed is able to clear it anyway. The referee blows the whistle, and the fans behind goal start erupting with chants, Didi, Didi. Our defense, like I said, held it down from Didi to Nielsen to Lucy to Riley to Reed. Yeah. Everyone was there and doing their job. In the 90th minute, Angel City gave us 2 subs. Endo was out for Jasmine Spencer. McCaskill came out for Lily Nabet. And we got 4 minutes of stoppage.
In 93rd minute, we're going to see a cheeky little Labion back heel pass to clear a ball from the corner. She had 2 attackers on her, and she pulled that out. That was pretty cool. I was like, oh, look at that. I love when I see fun little moves like that. They're exciting. And Didi, she's going to come up for a big time save, and she's going to kill the clock, getting all the way to the corner of the penalty area to collect the ball is basically what she did. She went over there, she grabbed it, and then we knew at that moment, all right, she's going to do what she's going to do, and we're going to just like ride this out. And she did, and that is the ball game, folks. ACFC win 1-0.
Whoop, whoop.
A clean sheet put out the fire.
I absolutely love it.
Yes, I did too. I think this was just so much needed. I think the Tigres game that happened on Wednesday was such a great morale booster. but this is what they really needed to kind of like get some good momentum, some good mental boost for how they need to feel going forward. Because I think they kind of had some rough goes with a couple matches prior to this with the way that they ended. Because I don't necessarily think that it showcased how good they are at the end of the day. So getting these 3 points, I think, is huge for them. And
Absolutely.
I'm so
You know,
happy
our
for them.
defense came up big for us today. We ended up with 13 shots to their 9, 3 shots on target to 3. Possession pretty much split with Chicago Red Stars earning a little bit more at 57%. Pass accuracy for us 72 to their 77. Fouls dead tied at 7-7. We had that one yellow card for Tyler Lucy. We had 2 offsides to their 4, 5 corner kicks to their 4. So pretty split even game. Like I said, we started out the aggressors, but then our defense really came up big towards the end of the match to hold it down for us. Unfortunately, that is not enough to push us into playoff contention. Chicago Red Stars keep that number 6 spot ahead of us. They have 23 points to our 21, but we do have a game in hand above everybody above us and most everyone below us as well. So we do have some time here, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm not worried. We're sitting in a nice little position, like you said, with that game in hand, and 3 points at this point pushes us right above that playoff position. Which, hey, that's fine. I think at the end of the day, this will definitely be considered a successful season if that is what ends up happening and we do make the playoffs, which I think with the squad that we have, I think that's definitely possible. I think they looked really good today. I think shutting them out and definitely not being able to concede a goal in those last 25 minutes when teams start to get aggressive and start
Mhm.
gunning for that goal to at least try to tie it up when they're the away team. I think being able to hold down and say, not in our house today is exactly what we needed. And they did it. I'm so proud of them. I thought they did have a great game. Like we said, Paige Nielsen was player of the match, which I think was definitely well deserved. And
Well
I
earned.
think a very much needed morale boost for her coming off of that unfortunate own goal in the last match. So I think that was really good for her. I thought Danny Weatherholt had a great game in the midfield against Savannah McCaskill, getting another goal. That was huge. I want to see Emsley start to shine. I want to see her start to do some things that she
Yeah.
can do because I've seen flashes of brilliance there. That if she can just finish some shots, I think she would be such a tremendous asset up there in that position. But
Yeah, and I love
either
the
way,
target of Emsley crossing it into Charlie. I think this is a great combination, and I
right.
want to see more of that, and I want to see it be fulfilled. We've got a tedious schedule coming up, but we've got 2 away matches. On the 19th, we're away against Kansas City, and on the 28th, we are away against Gotham. So
Oh,
interesting that we're going to fly out there, probably fly home, and then fly back out. Oy.
interesting. Yes. Yeah, it's so interesting the scheduling of these matches. And I think I also saw somebody else point out it's interesting when you look at matches played, how some people have 12, some have 16. Like it's kind of interesting how this
Chaotic.
is going to play out because you look at it, and some of these teams are going to have a lot of games towards the end of their schedule to kind of come
Mhm.
and make up for what it is, and that's not always easy on teams. So I'm not really sure why it is the way it is. I know some of them were canceled because of COVID, but I think that's only one. But still, the fact that North Carolina only have 12 and then San Diego Wave have 16, it's like, geez, there's 4 games there. And also, the shakeup at the top is interesting now that the Wave are they have 16 games played and they're in third behind
It's got
Houston
to be
Dash.
that head to head.
I
I'm
told
telling
you.
you,
I
these
mean, again,
tiebreakers are
and
fun.
we also said at the end of the day, this league goes down to literally the last like 2 weeks of the season. I mean, there's just always so closely contested. I mean, we've got 28 points at top, and you're looking at teams with the same amount of goals. We're sitting at 21. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, that's easy to get ourselves back at the top of this table, or like I said, in playoff position. So it's
Absolutely.
exciting.
We're in a good place. And I think also, let's not forget, beating Chicago is huge for us because we do have an upcoming game against Chicago again. So we already got them this one time in head to head. Now we'll go and take it to them and hopefully be able to knock them out of that playoff spot.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean
we got this.
I think that's huge. So I'm excited. I mean, again, we have what'd you say? We have Kansas and we have
And we have
Gotham,
Gotham coming up. So
which is
should
good.
be
I mean, yeah, Gotham being kind of towards the bottom of the table, I think they're definitely beatable.
mhm.
And so is Kansas City. So let's just see what happens. I'm positive if they
We
play
have
the way they
this.
played today, I think I think we're good to go. I mean, even if our defense just shuts it down and we come away somehow with the tie and walk away with a point each, that's huge for us too. And then a win with Chicago when we play them again. I mean, listen, anything can happen at this point, but I love the way they look today. We had all kinds of fun stuff happening today in the stadium. We had a league of their own, the original, one of the OG
Mhm.
members of that, if you know what we're talking about, in the stadium. Just a fun day. It's just a great day to be at the Bank of California and see our girls win. But I'm so
Yeah.
ready to put a lid on all this.
Yeah, I know. So let's wrap it up. You know how we like to end. I've got a quote for you today from our coach, Freya Coombe. She says, "We've learned a lot from both wins and losses. So we're constantly reflecting on what we've done, especially in those bad moments. It was critical for us to secure a win at home and then be able to move on to Kansas." Woo!
All right. Bye.
Bye. And here's our fluff. All right. So there are choices we make as children at school.
Oh, oh.
Some of these choices are made by our parents, and some we have input on. For me, I was put into typing in elementary school, and then I did typing in high school. It was something I learned to do. So when I'm watching the game, I can type without looking down, and I can continue to watch the game. And I type pretty quickly, with pretty good accuracy, I would say. Amanda, what did you learn?
Kann ich haben Bleistiftspitze?
I'm sorry, what?
I learned how to say, "Can I sharpen my pencil?" in German. And ich habe blaue Augen. I have blue eyes. I mean, things that are important in life, Nina.
Augen.
Augen. That is eyes. Blaue, blue. Anyways, what she's trying to say is I decided not to take keyboarding in high school. It wasn't even offered in elementary school, so that's weird. Because I wanted to learn German because I was clearly going to take me places in life, which was nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I did not. It was so funny because the period in our school when they had keyboarding was the same that they were offering German. I was like, everyone's taking Spanish. I think German is the way to
What
go.
is different?
I don't want to
What
do
is
what everyone's
different?
doing. I like to be a rebel, and so I took German. Okay. I
Okay.
mean, my last name is Harnischfeger. That's my maiden last name. So I thought it
Bless you.
would be an homage to my roots to do that.
It
And
was something.
honestly, I don't regret that because keyboarding, in all honesty, does not do anything for me as far as nursing goes. So it's not like I really lost a step with that. And yeah, that's where I'm
Okay.
at. But I am
Before we
highly
wrap
impressed
today,
watching you type while you're watching. I'm like, what are you doing? This is witchcraft. Talk about witchcraft. That's witchcraft. Okay.
all right. Before we wrap this up, I just want to shout out the amazing food we had today. Mario, your pizza was incredible. Thank you so
Oh,
much. I need more. And then the brisket.
guys, come to the tailgates. Everyone listening,
Listen,
come to the tailgates. We have sangria. The food was amazing. Oh my god. Like
it was a good
seriously. Like
day.
if
It
there's
was just so
not
much food.
wood-fired pizza by R99 every time, I'm going to scream because it was amazing. And I don't even know.
And I
Like
mean,
I
we
can't.
can't forget to shout out also like Ben's tacos.
Well,
Literally
yeah.
save
He,
our lives, I think, on a daily basis. It's more than just Angel City games. Ben's tacos save us daily.
Ben's tacos are amazing. I mean, between Ben's tacos and is it who has the brisket? Was it
I think
Valkyrie's?
Steph was the one. It was Valkyrie's.
Yeah, Valkyrie's brisket, R99's pizza. Like, come on, guys. You're holding it
Love it.
down out there, tailgate style, and then just wash it down with our sangria. It's so good. Much
Yes. So
I
much
think so.
good food. We're
Yeah.
so grateful. And now I'm hungry again. I don't know how it happened, but it did.
I'm not
All right.
hungry. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's time for a shower. I'm like shiny. I got bags under my eyes and I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
smell.
I mean, I had to turn up the light on this just to like drown out the wrinkles and
Oh my
sleepy.
God, stop.
I'm gonna hide behind my microphone next time.
Oh
Hi.
my God, you're done. Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you next time.